Yep, it's Tuesday again. Welcome to the Pink Part. And you already know who this is. Your girl, Miss Fifi the Plug. Hey, y'all. Happy Tuesday. And yet again, I have another exciting show for you guys today. I hope everybody is having an amazing day. The verdict is out. Woo, woo, woo. The verdict is out, you know. Yes, he was found guilty. What's his name? Nikki Dance, what's his name? Calvin?
Derek Chauvin.
Derek Chauvin. That was Dr. Sabrina, y'all. Chauvin. Like chauvinist. Derek. Yeah, it's on now.
Chauvin.
Derek Chauvin was found guilty of all of the charges, y'all. Woo, woo. 3 of them. It was only 3 of them, right?
Yep, 3 charges.
Okay. Yeah. So he was found guilty. But yeah, back to the show, y'all. So
her makeup so
we have
she looks dead.
I'm not fooling with y'all today.
What's going on?
I'm just not gonna do it. The voice y'all hear is none other than my favorite in the whole wide world. I'm excited. It's Dr. Sabrina. Dr. Sabrina's here.
Can I move my phone over?
Yeah, right there. Okay. It was in the camera.
Oh, because it was in the camera's way.
Okay.
It's not working anyway. It's not doing anything it wants to do. It's just not.
Dr. Sabrina's here, y'all.
Hey.
Nikki Nams, of course, is here. My lovely engineer.
Hey, baby.
I know y'all heard that. She's here. But I'm just cheesing. Lord, today has been a field day. It's 420. Happy 422. Not 422nd. Like it's 420, like 420. It's a holiday, you guys. I hope you guys are out celebrating carefully and everything. Dr. Sabrina, were you celebrating today?
Hell no. Hell to the no. First of all, when I was riding down 8 Mile, you would have thought it was a parade. It was cars everywhere. I kept saying, what is all this? I didn't understand why because I didn't, when you ride down 8 Mile, there's so many weed places.
Yeah.
On 8 Mile.
Yes.
And so I was like, why all the weed places got lines wrapped around the block? What's going on? Then I went,
it's a holiday.
It's the weed people day.
Yeah. Us weed people.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, weed people.
I used to do a training called the 411 on 420.
What?
Yeah, you wouldn't have liked it.
What was that about?
Just to talk about some of the effects that it has on young people, because young people think that because it's legal, then they should just be free to do.
It's medical.
No, it's not for everybody.
It's like an aspirin.
It's not.
Oh,
it's mind altering.
Thank you.
Like what? Give us a little quick rundown, Doc.
Well, it's important to know that. If you're not 25 yet, that the part of your brain that makes rational decisions is not fully developed yet.
Okay.
And smoking weed can impact that.
So smoke weed at 25 and a half.
I'm just saying.
Right. Because your brain will be fully...
I'm not a supporter person.
By the end.
I'm just not a supporter. That's just me.
But not even for medicinal use,
No,
though?
but let me tell you why.
Why?
Because my very best friend is a holistic doctor.
Okay.
So, of course, there are things that are medicinal that weed does do.
Okay.
But there are other things that are much more potent and much more effective that are organic that don't have the thing that'll make you high. So you don't have to be high. That ain't the only thing you can do that's organic and can help you with those things.
Like as far as appetite and stuff like that or whatever with cancer patients and, so they have other things that you can...
Many.
Like what?
Not
for instance. Look, Lord have mercy.
Many. Not just 1 or 2. I'm just saying.
I'm not.
But that's not our topic today.
Okay. No.
Hallelujah.
She threw me all the way off. But today's topic, you guys, is mental sexual. What turns you on and off? Why and why not? What do you think about that? What about mental? Like, is the mental connection very strong? Is that very important when it comes?
Well, okay, so there's a couple of things. Well, I didn't know my hair was sticking out in the space.
What is she doing? This is Dr. Sabrina.
I don't like that my hair is sticking out on camera. Then it's something going on. I looked up and I didn't like anything that I saw. Oh my God, I'm distressed and depressed. Oh, my face look all dry. I look like that lady that was on the other.
Oh my God. What lady?
The lady that was on that news and looked all white and stuff.
What lady?
The lady that was on the
They
news.
had the nude stuff on? Yeah, she did look a little caskety.
Yeah, she looked like she like.
But you don't look caskety.
Yes, I do. Ain't no nothing. Look at that face. Ooh, that ain't the face you see on Fox 2. That's for sure.
No, she giving us the unfox face, y'all.
I didn't know. First of all, I thought it was on Wednesday. That's the first thing. And so yesterday morning,
I'm not about to do this.
Yesterday morning when I logged on for the show in the morning, and y'all says, "Oh, Dr. Sabrina's going to be on tomorrow," and I was like, "That's Tuesday."
Yeah, that's a day up.
I just was all off.
Just pull that day on back. So like, yeah.
So anyway,
yeah.
Let me say this about the ability of our mind and the power of our mind. Our mind is very, very powerful. It's very powerful. And so, some people say they're I can't say that word, cybersexual. That means you have to...
Cybersexual.
You have to make my mind... You have to do it to my mind first.
Right. I think I'm like that.
I like intellectual banter. So, I'll give you an example. I don't like if men will say, "Oh, girl, I just want some. Give me some pussy." Mm-hmm. That right there would make me.
Yeah, that'll make you cringe.
That'll make me cringe.
Creepy.
But if someone says, "You know what? I was thinking about you all day, and just thinking about all that chocolate oozing off the." What?
Sheesh, wait. Did you want that? You talking about this part?
What? All right, you like all this chocolate? Yes. Okay, so I just need someone to have a little imagination. That helps me to get in the mood. Okay, so let me say this. There is a continuum that people can be on because there are some people who are cognitively damaged. So cognitively, they don't function the same way. So in the world, their intellect is lower, so they may be mentally challenged. They may have an IQ that's below 70.
Gotcha.
And so when you are at that level, you still want sex because it's a physical thing.
Right, animal instinct.
Yes.
Right.
And so they don't necessarily need the mental stimulation to get excited. They excited and they gonna get it in. They gonna do it. So it's important to know that there's a continuum that we find ourselves on. And so generally, as your intellect is more advanced, then what you want and how you want it becomes more.
And I was gonna ask that too. Like, does that matter if
Absolutely.
if you are more inclined intellectually?
Well, let me say this. It's all about what you think. And so I know people who are very powerful people in the world, just what they do in the world. And in their get down time, they want to be submissive because they're tired of always being the boss.
Right.
It turns them on when somebody else is the boss.
Right.
So it just depends on where you're at, what you like, and sometimes I look at things and I go, I don't even know how people knew they liked that. I don't even know how, like what happened that you know that you even like that. Like what, like people who like to do it to dead people. There's people who like that.
Wait a minute.
Yeah, there are. I mean, look at your face. I'm just you asked the question. You asked the question. You brought me here.
Doing it to dead people. Wait, so where do they?
There's a disorder. It is a disorder. It's
where they get the dead people
from the morgue, I guess. I don't know. Yeah. From the morgue. Yeah. From the morgue. Yeah.
Wait.
Yeah.
People at the
that work at the morgue just be in there doing it to them.
Yeah. Let me say this. Okay, so let me say this. Anything that you're attracted to, you find a way to be around it. So people who are attracted to children generally do things around children. People who are attracted to, they want to get off with dead people, they work with dead people. I mean, it makes sense. If you like tall basketball players, you hanging out with basketball players.
I'm attracted to hustlers.
That's what you do.
It moves me.
Yeah.
Just that grind. I love it. Like,
but what did they get out of being with?
Okay, let me say this. I'm gonna say this, and I'm just gonna be done with this.
Go.
Okay.
And say this.
Lord.
You can never use a rational mind to understand irrationality. Because your mind is never gonna make sense to you.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It's never gonna make sense. It doesn't make sense to me when people load up guns and just randomly shoot people. That don't make no sense to me. So it's nothing somebody could say that's gonna make it make sense to me, because I'm thinking with a logical mind. When someone is thinking with a mind that's not logical, it's never gonna make sense.
To do it to dead people, though?
Yeah, people do it to dead people. People do it to animals.
Now, I do know about that part. Like, because in the South, that was, I'm just saying. I mean, I didn't go screwing, stuff. I just heard
stuff
about
like
it.
that makes me go, well, how did you even know that turned you on?
But I'm saying, just my thought from thinking about that, right? Just that very thing, people doing it to animals. Because, in the South, they always talking about choking chickens. And I just be thinking that maybe because they in the woods and just out there in the middle of nowhere for so long. And I don't know, they just be seeing the chickens all the time, choking chickens.
Wait, choking chickens is actually choking
No,
chickens?
they actually have sex with the chickens.
How they have sex with who has?
I don't know. People in the South.
Who has sex with the chicken?
In
And
the
how do you
country.
even do that? I don't even know how you do that. I'm confused.
They choke the chickens. That's what they call it.
They choke the chicken by choking the
They
chicken
hold it
and have sex with it. Why?
I mean, I don't, I ain't never seen it. I just heard about it through the streets.
My God,
in the South.
I can't.
You never heard of that? See what I'm saying? You got me feeling like I'm crazy. I'm just like, I don't know, yeah. And they have those movies out and stuff about that, but yeah, that's absolutely crazy. Yeah.
Well, there's a lot of fetishes that people have. I remember one of my favorite shows that comes on, I think it comes on Showtime. It's called Billions.
I love it.
I love that show.
Yes.
And the thing that sold me on that show was the very first scene. The very first scene had...
Was they in that room? In that place?
It was the guy who was the prosecuting attorney.
Yeah, yeah.
He was laying on the floor, tied up, gagged. And when I first saw it, I went, oh, he's hurt. Someone's robbed him. Oh, my God. So I'm tripping, right? I'm like, oh, my God. Because he's breathing all hard. And I'm like, oh, my God, what happened to him? And then a woman comes in the heels and the leather, and she stands over him and she says, may I leave marks? And he says, it's not advisable. So then she took her cigarette and burnt it on him. And he went, she said, you didn't say no. And then she stood up and peed on him. Now,
yeah.
Then they cut to the next scene, which was the guy who was
I'm going to have to go back and watch this.
the bad guy in the movie. He's
Axel.
Axel
Penrod.
Yeah, Axel.
I loved him.
And they showed him in this big boardroom with all these young people, going to college, and their parents standing behind them, women. Mm-hmm. And he was giving them each checks for their school of choice. So you're going to Yale and you're going to Harvard. So at that moment, what it showed me is they showed how the bad guy had good tendencies and how the good guy had bad tendencies. I was sold right then. I was like, oh, this is my kind of show. That was my kind of show.
I'm going to have to watch that again.
It was so good.
Do you analyze a lot of shows? Like, for example,
Absolutely.
When I'm into TV film and stuff, so I see a lot of mistakes and stuff on TV and stuff like that. So when you're watching TV, do you kind of analyze what they're actually trying to portray as certain things, as far as because you're in that field, as far as is it
psychologically? Yeah. Psychologically.
Okay. So do you do that?
Absolutely.
Dramatic things? Or you just
I can't help it.
Yeah.
But it's so good.
Yeah.
Like some of my favorite shows are shows that trick me. If you can trick me,
like what you
were
mean?
good.
Yes,
like you were good. You were good if you could trick me.
Like what do you
Give an
mean?
Example of a show.
Scandal. It was a show called Scandal Never Tricked Me.
Okay.
There's a show. It was a movie. It was a movie with John Travolta, Taye Diggs, and who else was in that movie? Okay, so the movie and Samuel L. Jackson.
What movie was this?
And they were all military people, and it was this secret group of military people. And as the show was going on, they were on this assignment, and they were dying. The different people were dying, and so you were like, "Oh my God!" And so I never saw the end coming. At the end, all of that was a farce. None of them were dead, and they came back to the point to. I mean, none of them were dead.
Wow.
It was so good. And at the end, I just went, "Wow."
I'm gonna have to watch this.
Yeah, wow. I'm like, what's that?
I'm gonna have to look it up and
I think it's basic something. It will start with a B, but that trick.
John Travolta and Taye Diggs. I have to just look it up.
Yeah, a movie with the both of them. Yeah. So then another movie that tricked me, like at the end, I went, "Wow!" Was Now You See It.
Now You See Me.
Now You See Me.
They got part 1 and 2.
Yes.
That, yes.
Wait, what
part
is that?
1. It was about magicians.
Yeah.
Magicians.
Oh.
So the guy who was the police officer, the guy who was looking for everybody and running the investigation, he was the master man. Oh,
behind it all. And you never would have thought it.
He played it was so good.
Yes, it was.
Well, I'm thinking that about Usual Suspects. That wasn't a tricky movie. Did you see that?
What about
I'm just saying.
Inception? Did you watch that?
I did. I'm trying to think.
I don't remember that. I don't know.
Who's in it?
Leonardo DiCaprio. I don't know the other people. I can't remember the other people. But they would go into like a dream world.
Oh yeah. I'm trying to think, did it trick me?
No, I don't even watch enough TV.
It's a movie.
I don't even know. Right? I really.
You don't watch movies either?
I be watching documentaries, and on Tubi, I watch a lot of Tubi nowadays.
So with the mental sexual, Dr. Sabrina, some people, like you said, are attracted to certain things. What if you're not attracted
to anything? There are people who are not attracted to anything. And sometimes the reason that people are not attracted to anything could be trauma, that things have happened to them that has caused them to not want to awaken that part of themselves ever. I've had clients that never healed from the trauma, and so they just don't even talk to me about that. Or they've had trauma, and from that trauma, certain things they're not going to do. So I myself, most people know my story. I was gang raped at 14. So I don't want a man to hold me down, tie me. That's to me takes me right back there, and I can't.
Right.
I just can't. I'm not going to do that. It's not going to be pretty for you or me.
Right.
I don't like my breast being manipulated, because that was something that was done that was painful. So that triggers that memory for me. And so I think that as people, because it's not just women who've been traumatized, that people should be very honest and open about what their reality is so that they can share with their partner, because it's not fair to the partner if they don't know. And then they thinking they getting their groove on, and now it done turned into a whole situation.
Yeah, like some women don't like to be hit like on their butt and stuff like that. Of course, I have different. I know, right? I don't mind it, but I think we all have a thing or whatever that bothers us, and that can be I guess like a sensitive conversation when you're trying to have it with your mate. Like, what are some ways to just go into it? Like, should you just go into just saying it like, look, this happened to me, this, that, and that? Or like, how do you even open up about that?
What's so interesting is that the most intimate part of yourself is your sexuality. And so if you have allowed and you're welcoming someone into that part of your life, then you should be open enough to talk about what's going on with you.
Exactly.
And if you're uncomfortable, then maybe there's some issues that you need to deal with because it's not the other person's fault.
Absolutely.
You have to own your stuff. You have to be able to say, this is what I like, this is how I get down, this is, and I like when a man says, well, this is what I like. And I go, not
so that way you can make your choice.
I can make my choice.
Right. That makes sense.
I'm not, not doing that. Sorry.
Right.
But do you think that women have more of a problem communicating that than men?
No, I think it just depends on the person.
Okay.
Because a lot of times we have these preconceived notions about what men do. Like men, men always. It's men that have been traumatized.
Absolutely.
And don't, or sometimes, the hormones in our bodies is required to be at a certain level in order for our libido to be working. And so sometimes as men get older, or as women get older, their libido switches. So the older women get, the higher their libido gets.
So they want to do it more?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Really?
Oh, my God. Yes, and yes.
Wrong then.
Yes, and yes. And then for men, as the men get older, their libido decreases. So when we hear women talk about, I like younger men, or they are considered a quote unquote cougar, it just makes sense because she wants it more and her old man don't.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
And it's not for everybody, but it is like it's a thing. So I remember when I was in my 20s, my mother said to me, she says, when you hit about 40, you're going to be wanting to do it all the time. And I was like, I'm going to kill some other son.
Yeah.
Because if I want it more than I want it now in my 20s.
Yeah. I think that, well, I would say from my experience, I think that it seems that you more comfortable with being adventurous sexually, you know what I'm saying? So then when you were younger, which it appears that the generation now don't see it that way. They just wide open already.
Oh my God.
But I mean, I don't know. I feel like in my own life, it just seems like now that I'm older, because I have reached the 40 mark, like, it just seemed like I'm not afraid to, express myself.
Well, maybe something wrong with me.
Well, it's a difference between exploration and expression.
Go.
Exploration is I'm open to trying new things.
Okay.
Explanation.
Expression.
Expression. I'm expressing what I like.
Got you.
And so I need to tell my mate, I like this, I like that.
Yeah.
And so sometimes even as a younger person, I wasn't as expressive about what I like.
Right, that's what I mean. Okay.
But I may not be, like, I feel I feel like at a certain point, I like what I like. This is what I like. This is what I want. And no, I'm not. I don't want to try that.
Yeah.
I'm done with the trying. No, I'm good.
Yeah.
Nope. I like, but I want what I want.
Yeah. Right.
I want what I want when I want it.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. What do you think is the mental I guess disconnection in a lot of married couples that's been married for a while? Because I hear a lot of times that, the sex is like gone or something in that.
I think one of the things that happens with couples is real life. So when you first start out, you're doing it every day. You can't wait to be with the person. You may still very much love the person, but now you're worrying about bills. You're worrying about the kids. You may be caregiving for your parents. Like my parents, were taking care of their parents, and then they had grandkids, and then your life is so complex. Doing it is like. It becomes like a chore.
Do you think like the woman feels like that in the relationship, or is it both?
It can absolutely be both.
Okay.
Because I know men who feel like, okay, once every 2. I dated a guy once, and he was like, he was older, much older than me, and he would go, well, we can do it like once a month. Oh no, I wouldn't like talk to my pastor.
Right. What?
I went and talked to my pastor about it because I'm like, once a month?
Yeah, that's not good.
Come to
Not
find
for a
out.
man.
Get you some help.
No, okay, so let me say this. Because I don't know where women get this from, that only men want to do it. Women want to do it.
Hell, I be wanting to get busy.
Yes.
And
Fold my lips up and get busy.
don't let it be good.
Yeah.
Because if it's good,
I'm be
you'll
calling.
have me looking for you in the daylight with a flashlight.
Yes. With an interrogation light just hanging over his head. Just
Where
you
you
at?
at? What
Yeah.
you doing?
Where you
Where
at?
you at? What you doing?
put your dick on the phone.
Where you at?
No, ring. Put your dick on the phone.
Because at the end of the day, I think that sometimes, I remember I had a client once who he said that he messed around because there were certain things sexually he would never do with his wife, but that he would do with other women because he respected his wife too much to ask her to do something that freaky. Well, the person you're supposed to be freaky with is the person you
That's
live
what I
in
was
your
thinking.
life.
That's kind of crazy, right?
But it's a lot of people that think that. It's like, she's the mother of my children. I'm not going to have her. I'm sorry.
Busting it wide open, why not?
That's what his thing was, and he was serious about it.
But then you won't even be going home because, you outside with Sally busting it wide open. That's crazy.
Or sometimes people don't do it because they really aren't attracted to you.
Because they be unattracted to you? Mm-hmm. Wow.
Like people will be with you for different reasons. Like it may be a good thing to be with you because, our life together and what we do in the world. But at home, I
don't even like you.
I like you as a person, but I'm not attracted to you. You don't get me excited.
Aroused.
I need to be around. I need to be like, where you at?
Right, take your pants off.
Come on.
Take your pants
Let's do it. But a lot of times, and I know women that are a little prudish. Mm-hmm. So when the man want to get down, she like, he always talking about sex.
Yeah.
Sex was made by God.
Yeah. Say that again. The doctor just said.
Sex was made by God.
The doctor just said that sex was just made by God.
And it's not only, because I hear people say this, but it's only for procreation.
No,
so
it's not.
now once it's a major part of, first of all, there are health benefits to sex.
It is? Like what?
Lots of them. First of all, sex helps you with your heart functioning because sex gets your heart pumping, the blood flowing, that keeps your heart healthy. Mm-hmm. So it's good, healthy heart rhythmic things that happen from sex for both the man and the woman. For men, a benefit for sex is that it decreases the opportunity or the possibility for them to get prostate cancer. Mm-hmm. So I be telling women all the time, you say you love them, but you won't give them now. You want them to get cancer?
Right.
Of the prostate? Give it to them.
Right.
So Fifi has an aunt that says a certain thing.
Auntie Mabel. Oh, and she told me to tell you that she loves you to death and you her girl.
Aww.
She always say that. She always asks me about you too, Auntie Mabel.
Oh, hi, Auntie Mabel. I love you, Auntie
Right.
Mabel.
She always asks about you. Ever since the monologues. Go ahead.
Okay.
So I said that because there's people that I know, I'll say that does not have sex because they're in their 40s, some in their 50s, and it's been a long time since they had sex because they don't have a partner. Mm-hmm. And Fifi's aunt, she's just
Auntie Mabel.
Auntie Mabel says, just give it away. Give it
She
away.
said it's made for nothing but washing it off and giving it away. What else you gonna do with it? She said that's what your cat is for.
And so they say,
To give it away.
You wash it off and give it away. What else
Give it away
can you do with it?
to somebody?
Somebody's son or yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. The one you choose.
I can't be giving it away to just anybody now.
Well, not anybody, of course.
I ain't giving it away.
But
they're waiting for marriage.
Okay.
Oh, that face, Dr. Sabrina.
where the crickets at?
know,
Okay,
right? Oh,
where the
honey,
crickets?
they-
Okay, like that was a punchline.
Right.
Ding ding. What? for marriage. I mean, how you even know that it's him if you don't try it out? Like, you test drive a car.
Is the thing, but this is the thing.
Help us, doctor.
Once you have awakened that part of your person, so if you've been active for whatever reason, whether you were married before and now you're widowed and things of that nature, and you're trying to hold yourself to marriage.
Why you say it like that? Hold. Like you got it wrapped around your hands. Just.
What if you love this person and you get with this person and then they don't do it for you?
They don't even know how. Don't even have the capability.
They don't even have the capability.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You got to try it out.
So I always say,
you need to try them clothes on, baby.
I believe you do need to try.
Yeah, at least 5 or 6 or 10 times.
Need to know what you're working with so you know how to work.
Yeah.
Personally, that's just me. I'm sorry, but I'm sorry.
What if it's the last 1,000 miles on that engine and you done bought this whole car? Who about to do that?
Well, let me say this: when
you better choose your trip wisely.
Like I was saying, there are physical benefits to sex, and then for women, women as they get older, sometimes they run into the problem of not being able to get lubricated enough for the act to be enjoyable.
If they wait too long,
if they what?
If they wait too long, it'll dry rot?
It'll dry up, yes.
Yes, dry rot.
So, I don't call it dry rotting, but then you might have to use some things to help you with lubrication.
Yeah.
But
some cooking oil or something.
If you use it, you don't lose it.
Yeah.
So Dr. Oz, who I love, love Dr. Oz. I love him. I feel like I'm in medical school when I watch his show. Oh my God, I love the way he breaks things down.
What he said?
But he said that couples should have sex a minimum of 3 times a week.
Yes. I agree. Yes. At least 3 times a week you have to have sex.
3 times a week, which comes out to be like 120 something days a year,
and that's on the minimum. That's a light end.
Minimum. That's on the light end. And so I'm always I struggle with people who say things like sex is overrated.
I don't think so.
I say if people feel like sex is overrated, they haven't had really, really, really good sex.
Something wrong with you. And I always have said that sex is the adult recreation. Because I mean, we're not going out on monkey bars and swinging and stuff like that or whatever. And
it's a workout. You get your sweat going.
Yeah, just like we was kids and we wanted to play. Grown people wanted to play. So that's how you play. What else you supposed to do?
I agree.
Yeah, we ain't wrestling and suplexing each other no more unless you naked.
But I will say this. I advise adults to go to the adult store together to try different things.
Yes. I think that's therapeutic.
People say stuff like, well, why would you want to use a toy? Why not? Why wouldn't you want to use a toy?
Have you ever tried one?
Some men don't like that because they're intimidated by it.
But let me tell you, a real man
ain't.
Yeah. I mean, just don't go in there with no big old,
like the size of your elbow.
Like, baby, try this. No. What he gonna do with himself after that, baby?
Well,
do that by yourself.
See, this is the thing, is that I think that sometimes men get intimidated by the wrong thing. Because oftentimes the thing that causes you to climax for most women has to do with
clitoral stimulation, right?
Stimulating the clitoris, because you do realize that the only purpose for the clitoris, the only one, is for pleasure.
Yeah, that's why they cut it off in Africa.
Yep. That's the only purpose for it. I say, God loved me so much
that he gave me this little ball, baby.
Gave me. Ew. Woo. So, when you have something that can stimulate the clitoris, it don't have nothing to do with penetration.
It don't.
Or the size of penetration. You ain't ever even got to penetrate if you really know what you're doing.
And that's true.
Just saying.
That's why, like lesbians and stuff are so comfortable being that, because, No, I'm just saying, like, it is, because she just said that you don't even have to go there.
But they do. They get the strap-ons now.
Yeah, they do.
I was going to say, because then I don't need you if no, never mind.
What do you mean?
I
think it's a sense of companionship, right? I'm not
mean,
either. I just feel like that's what they be.
No, because they got the same thing. So, yeah. Why do you need another woman to pleasure you and you got the same thing?
Well, people like what they like. I would imagine, right? That's a mental thing. It's another part of the mental. If people over here banging, the corpses and Swansons, I think that, having a same-sex person with a pulse ain't too bad. Right, Doc?
And people are gender fluid. Do you all know what that means?
No. What does it mean?
They are, it doesn't matter.
Mm-mm. That's what I thought. It don't mean that. Mm-hmm. Gender fluid means that if I'm a man, I can look like a man and be macho, but I can also demonstrate my feminine side. So I can be gender fluid. I can flow between each. And same for women.
That's like another word for metro, right? Or something like that.
I don't know, but I was reading a magazine called Arts and Understanding. It's a magazine for the LGBTQ community, and they have a cover story about Haley Saher. Haley Saher is in the movie. In the show Pose. Have you ever seen the show Pose?
No.
Have you ever seen Pose? Billy Porter is, he's gay and he's very popular, but he's the star of Pose.
Uh-huh.
And Pose is all about the underground of that lifestyle. So they go and they have these balls, and the balls, they have a theme, and they come and they get prizes and all that kind of stuff. And that's a real thing. Mm-hmm. And one of the transgender people, her name is Haley Saher, and she looks. In fact, I'm going to show you.
Okay.
Haley is an absolutely stunning woman.
And it's a man?
It's very much a man.
It's a lot of them like that now.
It's a lot. It's always been.
Wow.
Yeah. It's beautiful.
Oh, right.
So does he live his life as a woman?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And so what's nice about this picture, I just want you to see this picture. That dress right there is called the Golden U dress, and it's a part of the Dr. Sabrina collection.
Ew. Okay, yeah. Go ahead and tell them a little bit about what you've been doing. Yeah. Dopeness. Okay.
So
tell them about this collection.
So, the collection is really going to be called the Essentially You collection. And so it's going to feature things to help you bring out what's essential about you.
Essentially You.
Because, I have a personality assessment model called Essential Colors. And so based on the colors, all of that will be a part of the line. So we're very excited. I have a designer. His name is Marco Hall. He's out of New York. He's done stuff with Vogue, and I just can't believe this is even my life. I'm just like sitting back going like, really?
That's so dope.
Like I've been in my stuff has been in 2 international magazines already.
Wow.
Photographed by international photographers.
Ew! That part right there.
Beautiful.
That part.
Beautiful.
Yes.
And that's a gorgeous dress too.
It is gorgeous.
So this line is not out yet. When is it coming out?
Look, I'm telling you, the whole thing about COVID just shut everything down.
Yeah, because didn't you go to Paris or something?
I did go to Paris. I went to Paris last year for Fashion Week, and we launched one line there, and then some of those things that with that particular designer did not work out. And so I'm not using any of those pieces.
Okay.
And I have a new designer, and I am really loving the process. I'm loving what we're doing. It looks so good. And so
that's what's up.
We're going to be doing some great things.
Okay.
I'm excited about it.
Yeah. What else you got going on?
Oh, well, I still do stuff with Fox, too. I'm in negotiations of doing some other things on some other networks.
Do you have set days that you're on Fox, too?
Not anymore.
Okay.
Not since, I'm telling you, COVID messed it up for everybody.
Yeah. Toe it up.
Yeah, because we're not in the studio at all anymore. And they just now started opening up to doing some interviews in the studio. But I don't have to go into the studio. I can do everything I do we on Skype. They don't Zoom. They Skype.
Oh.
We Skype on Fox too.
Oh. Bougie.
Yeah. And so I have that going on, and of course I do coaching and stuff like that, and got some books that I'm working on trying to get done, and a couple of movies, and people can go to Amazon Prime.
Okay.
And look up Team Marriage.
Team Marriage.
Team, like a team you play on. Marriage. It's a documentary for couples, and I'm in that movie. Then there's another movie on there. It's not on Amazon Prime. I think it's on YouTube. It's called Trista, and it's about depression. And they filmed that right in my office. And I am in
Trista. Okay.
Trista. There is another movie that's coming out called Baby Mama Drama.
I think I heard something about that.
And Antonio Hall is he played Unc Baby. He got a whole little thing called Unc Baby. He's Unc Baby, but he has several movies, and I'm in a couple of his movies. But this particular movie is the latest one we've just finished filming, and I play a doctor, and he comes to see me. And he has 7 children by 7 different women.
Oh, okay.
And after he comes to see me, there becomes a twist. So it's very good, very good. Funny. It's a comedy, so it's funny.
Is this out already?
Nope. It should be out soon because I know he's finishing with the final editing, and it's gonna be we're gonna
so y'all doing the premiere and all that?
Premiere at the Bel Air. Okay. Probably.
Okay.
Yeah, you gotta keep me posted.
Yes.
That is so dope. Yeah, you gotta come back and talk about that. I know you gotta come back and talk about that.
All that kind of stuff.
All of that stuff. Yeah. This family. Yeah.
Very excited.
That's what's up. And I see you doing your motivational essential, the things that is based, your essential colors that's based off of your clothing line. So what inspired you to start doing that?
Well, I think essential colors is just a part of who I am. People call me the color lady. I talk to people about the 4 basic types of people all the time. And so when my partner in the business, his name is Jay Johnson, he's a stylist and a celebrity stylist. He does.
Shout out to Jay Johnson.
Jay Johnson. He was here in town, and he said, after he learned about essential colors, he says, essentially you. We should do everything around this essential color. This is so hot. Nobody's doing this.
Right.
So we really began to dive into what it would look like, and I'm super excited about it.
That is so dope. Yeah.
Super excited. So I tell people all the time, you can do anything that you want to do. You just have to be open to move past your fear.
Yeah.
Because fear creeps up. It's going to tell you, well, you can't do that. You ain't never did. Like, I had somebody call me, then people really will always try to derail you. So they'll say, somebody called me and says, well, I understand. You're going to have to explain this clothing line. You're a therapist. How does that work? Watch and see, because I didn't ask for your opinion.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And I tell people all the time, I don't have to give my opinion. I'll give you my prayer. I'll give you my support, but I don't have to give my opinion all the time. I just don't.
That makes sense.
We want to give our opinion all the time. Sometimes your opinion ain't necessary.
Yeah.
Just be supportive. So that's good.
And keep it pushing.
Yeah.
Because you don't know.
Yes.
Yeah, you don't know what's in that person's belly. You know what I'm saying? So you have to just deal with yours. Like, you got a belly of your own, baby. Don't worry about mine. You know, you don't know what's in that person's.
And so I think that goes the same about sex.
Yeah.
Because I remember a song that was done by the late, great Aretha Franklin. And she said, I don't want nobody sitting around me and my man. But too often women draw other people into their intimate time and their intimate discussions of what's working, what's not working. Because then you look up, you ain't with him and he with her. Because you done told him everything. He do everything I like. Oh, really? He do. Mm-hmm. Oh no, I didn't
like. He gonna do what I like too.
Maybe he gonna do what I like.
Yeah, he just like to do what people like.
So we have to be careful who we.
That's
share.
so true.
Who we share. Women talk too much.
Mm-hmm. Men talk too much too. I know men that talk.
Yeah,
it's not just a woman thing.
Yeah.
I think anything that we say is just women or just men. It's always somebody that is a exception to that rule.
Yeah.
Because there's some men who were just brought up around a lot of women.
Yeah.
And they do women things and they talk like women. They gossip. Did you hear what happened to so-and-so down at the church? What?
Yeah.
Because I have a friend. He do that. And I go, oh.
They stop that.
Oh, that's such a turn off.
Cut it out.
I don't like it.
Yeah.
But then you have some men who may be in the LGBT community and they're just a little more flamboyant, so you feel a little bit more comfortable having those type of conversations with them.
So what do you say when, as far as in the people in the, I shouldn't just specify people, but the LGBTQ community.
LGBTQ. Mm-hmm.
You know how some of them, they don't identify with which sex they are. Mm-hmm. And so they're just free will. Mm-hmm. How does that work with the mental, sexual kind of thing?
Well, one of the things that we are seeing in our society more is that you have to ask people, what do they classify themselves as?
Yeah.
You do, because even when we did the things for the magazine and they were asking for our credits, they sent us and asked us how did we want to be referred to. Him, her, their, all these different things. And I was tripping because I'm like, I'm
her for a long time. I'm a her.
I'm a her. Mm-hmm. But other people aren't. And so one of the things I think that we have to stop doing is making it so personal about us. It don't have nothing to do with you.
Right.
If someone, that's what they desire, if that's what makes their boat float, then give them that. I'll give you a perfect example. There used to be a person who cut my hair. And I met the person as she. But was, dressed kind of masculine and everything, but I called her. Mm-hmm. And so as I kept getting my hair cut, and I was coming often, it was more and more masculine, more and more. And so I kept saying, girl, and she. And so finally one day pulled me to the side and says, actually, it's he. And then they began to explain to me why. And I stopped them. I said, you don't owe me an explanation. Mm-hmm. If that is your way of being addressed, then that's what I'm going to honor.
Yeah, that's who you are.
And so a lot of times people don't want to just honor where people are. It ain't your business why they do that.
Right.
Just just respect the person. If we could get to the point that we just respect our differences, I ain't got to do it. That ain't what I do, but I don't have to dog you because that's what you do.
Right. That makes sense.
And so one thing that was difficult for me, though, is that I would have to, when I was on my way, I would have to go, okay, say he, say him, because I was so used to saying she and her that it was hard for me. So I had to consciously say, and then I just automatically just said their name. I would just say their name instead of a pronoun. I just said their name, and that way I was safe.
Right.
And I think that, to your point, like we don't even want to do the work to try to give people that, because it does take, mental reconditioning, I guess you can say, to actually be able to do that, to readjust to that person's lifestyle change or whatever, because we don't know what their journey is. We don't know what they went through to make that decision and to go through that. And it's already a struggle for them. So it's like, I mean, the last thing I want to do is be, contribute to that struggle for them. Like, you ain't even around them that long. It ain't even that deep in your life, to the point of what you're saying. Like, it's not even that serious. Just, respect what they saying and keep it pushing.
But at the end of
if you call a mailman because he got a uniform on, you can say that about another person too, because who's to say that that's really what they doing? They could have just bought a suit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Like, yeah.
We have to get to the point that we stop making everything about ourselves.
Yeah.
About what we like, what we think. People are doing them; they're not doing you.
Yeah, and the thing is, if you don't like it, don't be around them. Like, just
even if you have
something else to do,
even if you have to, because sometimes people are members of our families. Sometimes they may be your children.
That's true.
Sometimes it may be. I mean, think about the guy who was Caitlyn when when Bruce Jenner became Caitlyn.
That was a lot.
That was a lot.
Yeah, that was a lot.
However, that was his choice.
Yeah.
And we live in a country where people have a right for choices. And
I'm sure he battled with that decision for a while.
I'm sure he did. Many. And this is the other thing, because people think that because now that he's a woman, he likes men.
A woman?
Huh?
I think he's fully a woman.
I think he had the.
I think he had the surgery.
I think he had the surgery.
But either.
Either. He likes women, and still like women.
Right.
He always liked women.
Mm-hmm.
That's why he got so many kids.
Right.
Because he liked women.
Mm-hmm.
So he just wanted to be a woman.
So he wanted to be like a bull dagger. Anyway, so we're almost done, you guys. Yeah. And let me acknowledge some of the people that tuned in and showed us some love today. Shout out to Sean P. He said you were the real doctor. Yeah. Richard also said hi. Kimani, he said that's how they get scrambled eggs, and I don't know what he was talking about because that was from earlier.
Choking the chicken.
Oh, he's so I cannot stand Kimani. He's crazy. And what? Oh, Sean P said that American Swing is a good documentary on YouTube. Thank you. I gotta watch that. William Hall tuned in, and Laura Pierre, is that how you said it? Pierre. Yeah, Laura Pierre. So thank y'all for tuning in and commenting and things like that. Dr. Sabrina, tell them where they can find you.
Very simply on my website, sabrinajackson.com, or on the gram, Dr. Sabrina Speaks.
And that's where Essential Colors is, right? Where you do the essential
your
messages.
You talk about the people expert tip of the day.
Yeah, that part. That's what I'm talking about.
That's on my TikTok. And
yeah,
my TikTok
that one
is the people expert.
And you do it on Instagram too, because I do
them on TikTok, and then I put them on my other social media.
Oh yeah, because that's where I see them at.
Yeah. Instagram.
Yeah, the color things. Yeah. I knew it'd be like a color because she'd be like, "This is what it's saying for today."
It don't have nothing to do with colors, really. I just give I'm the people expert, so I give a tip about dealing with people,
or something,
even if that person is yourself.
Yeah, it's dope. I love you.
I love you. Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you for having me. On the pink parts.
On the pink part, that was Dr. Sabrina, you guys. Our time is winding down. I hope that you guys learned something today. I hope that something was said to touch your heart and to make you give it up. And
go get some. Go get some. Go get some.
Go get some and get your heart
legally. Healthy. Get it legally, and the person don't be taking it.
All of that part.
Yeah.
Unless they want you to.
Yeah, if that's how y'all get down, and
yeah, like pull hair and stuff and
all that. Please don't pull my hair.
I love it. Like, I'm sorry, we ain't even gonna go into that. Like, I know that's what I just went and got me a spray bottle so I could put me some rice water in it right now and get myself together because I want some hair back. I miss it. I had a good experience one time with some hair, but I'll tell you about that later. Anyway, Nikki Nan's telling where they can find you at Sugar.
You can find me here on Facebook at Nicole Nelms on Facebook and Nikki Boss Lady on Instagram.
Yeah, and talking to the people on the airplane. You got the stewardess voice. It was dope. Like,
okay. You know,
she said, "Put your seatbelts on and put your mask on."
And go have great sex.
Right. Great sex. The doctor said, "Get busy tonight,
3 times a week, minimally."
3 times a week. I got to go find. Okay, never mind. Y'all can find me right here every morning on the Rise and Grind Morning Show at 9 a.m. Well, Monday through Friday, of course. The weekends we don't do that. And also, you can find me on social media, Instagram and Facebook at Ms. Fifi the Plug, MZFEFE the Plug, and yeah, right here every Tuesday. So stay tuned, you guys. Girth will be coming up in about 2, 3, 4, 5 minutes. You don't want to go nowhere unless you're going
3, 4, 5.
Unless you're going to put your kids to bed because they be kind of inappropriate for the babies.
Very much so.
Yeah. With all that being said, this is your girl Miss Fifi the Plug, and yeah, y'all been in the pink. Have a good week.